So, Amit, if you're ready, we can start.
Yep, we can.
Okay. Okay. So, Amit, you left a stable cybersecurity career at Amazon to build View AI. What inspired you to take the leap into AI entrepreneurship?
Well, I think the AI was a noise, I think 2, 3 years back, but people started listening to it, I would say 2024. And when I was actually in Amazon in 2024, February, somewhere, I started seeing something unusual. And that was within the company. Anybody working in AI space suddenly started getting recognition, suddenly started getting more opportunities. And that's where I realized that the departments, the management, and the higher management, everybody wanted to just approve the AI related projects. And it was clear to me that when a company like Amazon is actually betting so big on a technology, there is a future, right? So I was exploring things in, I think, entire 2024. And earlier 2025, I could figure out that it's the right time. I always wanted to do something of my own, run a business. So I would say maybe the stars were aligned. And 2025, I finally took the risk, left Amazon and jumped the ship to the AI.
Okay. So, why this voice AI agent? Why not any other
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, that's a good question. So when I started looking into AI, I came from the enterprise, right? And in enterprise, the AI at enterprise is totally different than the chat GPT we use on every day. So I was actually looking that when I want to run my business, what are the odds of being successful, right? Because it's not always about the technology. So I started looking at the business angle too. And then I quickly figured out that you need to be really focused on certain things. And when I came across the voice AI first, I could see that technology is revolutionary. We never had any such technology in the past which can actually talk like Pankaj or Amit. The
Uh,
closest technology to this you see is voicemail for 2 decades, right? And people don't leave voicemail. Nobody even listens to voicemail, and it's tedious and it's one way. It's not conversational. So I understood that it is definitely gonna play a lot more bigger role in times to come. And when I started digging down on the research where the money is flowing, a lot of companies investing billions and billions in the technology. So it was very clear that this is the new rocket ship, and that's why it was YCI for me.
okay. So, a continuing question to it. So, you basically your startup, right, help people convert or help businesses convert leads and engage client using AI agents, right? So, how do you see this AI agents reshaping industries like education, real estate, home service, or customer service
Yeah.
industry?
Yeah, see, I think all the industries have got their own use cases, but some of them are common. For example, I work with real estates. Now, in real estates, there are more use cases for outbound calling than inbound calling, right? They make a lot of cold calls to get the leads because one lead is worth millions. So
Agree.
there, somebody is making 1,000 calls and then just booking 3, 4 meetings and wasting their time. It just doesn't make sense, right? So AI is there to do the dirty job, irrespective of which niche or domain it is. In educations, yes, I work with education institutes where they are actually teaching kids, and parents are calling those education institute to simply ask that, hey, can we book a trial class? Their 80% of the queries are around, can we book a trial class? Now, why you want a teacher to actually waste their precious time answering this question, right? When you have the technology. So I truly believe that education, real estate, home services, these are some of the niches which are gonna be heavily impacted positively with voice AI.
So, do you believe that this will completely replace a human? Uh, are there like still personalized call can be done through AI agents? If a client say interrupt in between, will the agent understand, the AI understand and retain the context and then again start talking like a human talks or human do the conversation?
Yeah, see, the short answer is, can voice AI replace human today? Answer is no, right? It
Okay.
cannot today because it's amplifying at a lightning speed. But can it reduce the staff count? Answer is yes. So if you have got, let's say, one admin person taking care of calls, no, it cannot replace him. But if you have got 3, 4 admin staffs, it can certainly bring down the staff at least by 50%.
Okay.
And to your second question, can AI handle these interruption and all? Answer is yes, absolutely. If you ask me these questions maybe earlier this year, I would have said no. But with the speed, these voice AI toolings and the software vendors are improving. It is phenomenal. Today, there are voices where I can tell you that you can't even recognize it's AI or human.
Got it.
It's so good. It has gone so good.
Okay, so I had an opportunity to work with one of the voice AI agent product, right? Can't take the name here, right?
Yeah,
And but yes, we tested a lot, right? And we could find the difference. So from last 1 year, we are trying to build the product. So when we started, there were a lot of problems, issues, interruptions, right? But slowly and gradually, the model improved. The API calls that we were using, or the vendor that we were using, has improved a lot and was able to say handle all this interruptions and noises, right? Yeah. So
absolutely,
yeah, I
absolutely.
agree. Future, just a matter of time. Within 1 or 2 year, it will at least replace the surveys, or at least the first call that we make to any lead.
At least the IVRs. IVRs
Quali-
are
yeah,
in real
ideas
danger.
are still there, right? A first
Yeah,
qualification call also AI can handle much better than, as
absolutely.
you mentioned, IVRs. Okay, so
100%.
what technical skills from AI models experimentation to conversational design should professional focus on to build their career in AI?
See, I think it's very important to know your why, right? When I started my journey, I knew that I have to first of all get rid of this risk of job loss and layoffs that's happening. I was working as a senior cybersecurity engineer for Amazon, taking care of Asia Pacific region. I was actually dealing with the ransomware incidents, talking to threat actors, and doing all these sorts of movie things that you see typically. But I knew that these things are not going to last longer. And I wanted to build my own destiny. And that was my why. So every time somebody asks me that, what should I learn in AI? You need to make sure that you know your why. Are you gonna be working in the AI space? Are you gonna sell AI services? Are you gonna use AI in your current business? All three are different use cases. So know that which bucket you fall on, and from there your journey starts. Because the learning and the tooling and the technologies actually differ. Obviously, there are certain foundation like ChatGPT. Everybody has to learn, irrespective of what you do, right? But beyond that, when you want to do a deep dive, it really depends that what is your end goal, what is your why.
Okay, so when hiring for your startup, right, what expectations you have from freshers?
See, I think freshers, in my experience, have got two things really good. One is their hunger to learn, and B is their curiosity to experiment, right? And I think that is their superpower, especially the speed at which they learn. I work with a couple of 16 years, 18 years old kid from, I would say
Yes.
kid because I'm 36. So and their learning ability is phenomenal. And if I give them something within a day, within hours, they are like done, right? So that is their superpower. Now, when it comes to the experienced folks, they have their own superpower, and that is making good judgment. So when I want to hire someone, I would actually prefer a mix of both, where they have fast learning ability as well as they can take good judgment. That would be
Yeah.
my hiring flag.
Yeah, even for freshers, you need someone to manage them, guide them, right? But yes, freshers these days, people especially who are very curious to do stuff, right? Learn fast. They are becoming asset for any startup or company.
True, true, very true.
Okay. So beyond technical ability, right? How important you think soft skills are?
I was actually in a podcast, I think last month, and I was asked the same questions. And my take on that is, in times to come, soft skill is gonna be the true differentiator because technology is gonna be commoditized. And whatever I've learned in last 5 6 months with the voice AI building it all, I know that anybody can do it in 2 3 months of time. So that is not my strength anymore. My strength is actually going to the meetings, business meetups, meeting people, having my LinkedIn profile, right? From LinkedIn we got connected, right? Um, That is something that is gonna be irreplaceable, and that is something that AI cannot snatch from you. So my advice to everyone watching this: make sure that you build in public. Make sure whatever you do, you have a LinkedIn account, you have a social media profile, and you are learning the new things, because that's how we're gonna survive.
So in a one liner, it like you have to be a good presenter.
100%. And presentation skills are gonna be much more demand than it was, because
You mentioned the tech will
even in
become,
job,
yeah,
yeah, even in job we have to sell every day, right? Even in job you have to compete
every
with 10 people in the office, and the better you can present, better you can put your ideas in front of your leaders, the better opportunities you're gonna get.
100%. Okay. So what are some early red flags or green flags you notice while meeting candidates or taking interviews?
I think for me, the biggest green flag is their ability to do the experiment. And when I talk with people, I ask them that just show me the demos, show me your GitHub repository, show me what
Mhm.
you've done, right? And by looking at things, by just checking that what they have built, how they have broken things, how they have fixed things, that tells a lot about their attitude, right?
Okay.
Attitude of that, hey, if I can get this thing up and running, because there is no lack of resources today. So they must be knowing, they must know that when to ask for help and where and to whom. That's very important, because nobody knows everything, right? The biggest red flag for me is that if somebody has actually, tried to do 10 things at the same time, is learning the voice AI, learning the chat GPT, learning the NLP, learning the machine learning algorithms, that's the biggest red flag for me, because the lack of focus today is the single biggest factor for not moving ahead at fast speed. And I say everyone that do one thing, but do it bloody well. So that's what I look at while hiring
So,
and while talking to people.
so you believe that people should have horizontally like journalists in things or deep dive into one area where they are good at.
See, today we are in a situation where we definitely need to know inch deep of everything. But
Inch
as a
deep of,
inch
uh,
deep of everything, right? But as a someone, if somebody asks me that, hey Amit, what I should remember Amit as, the people should remember Amit as someone who is pretty good in voice AI, right? So that one thing which defines you, which people should remember you for,
difference
is very
that.
important, and that's your deep dive.
Okay. Otherwise, you should have the entire ecosystem knowledge. Yeah.
Absolutely. I think that the time has gone when somebody was getting hired just because he knew Java, .NET. Today it's time of full stack developers, right? And you have to
Especially
know the front
technology,
end,
yes.
back end. Exactly. Uh,
Cloud,
cloud,
everything, yeah, everything.
cloud. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Take the example of cloud, right? If you are working in AWS or in Google, you need to know the network, you need to know the OS, you need to know the application. While this was not the case prior to the cloud, network guys were in network, security guys were in security, right? So this overlap is coming, and it's coming very fast.
Very fast, very fast. I agree. So, where do you see the biggest opportunity for careers in voice AI, chatbot in next 5 years?
I think biggest opportunity right now lies with SMBs, because enterprises know what they have to do. They don't have lack of talent, right? They are waiting is that other industries, other organizations in their industries should adopt, then I will go ahead. It's not the barrier of entry for them. They have enough money, enough resources. SMBs, small businesses, medium businesses, they can benefit a lot by using AI in their daily lives today. And people like me, you, and anybody watching can quickly learn these skills in just 2, 3 months and be reasonably good to add value to SMBs and get paid for that. That's the eventual goal, right? If you are not getting paid for your learnings and skills, it's just a hobby. It's not a business, right? So to me, SMB is the place where people should really focus on today. Building simple automations, add value, get paid.
Yeah, a message is straight: add value and get paid. And this is where you have to reskill yourself. And as you rightly mentioned, in today's date, 3 to 4 months is enough to get reskilled.
Absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely.
so I think that is the strong advice that is there from your side to our audience. Other than this, if any other one piece of advice you want to say share with students and early career professionals to break into AI career, what will be that?
Networking. Network is your net worth. I have done this mistake
You are
for
talking like an
last.
investment banker.
No, no,
Network
no.
is network.
I've done this mistake for last 16 years. Honestly speaking, I have never really gone to the networking events because I was doing pretty good in the job. The only time I opened my LinkedIn, 12-year-old LinkedIn account was when I resigned from the job because I never needed LinkedIn. It was always based on the referrals and the the industry connections that I had. But when I started going to these networking events, I could see the power of it. All my initial clients that I got were from the networking events. And even today, all the partners and all the peers in the industry that I speak are from the networking. So please, please focus on networking while you're building your skills.
Yeah, network effects plays a lot, right? Especially in early days where you want to prove
Absolutely.
your product, prove your thesis, right? 100%. So I think your message is very loud and clear that reskilling is required.
Yeah.
And it is not that it will need years to reskill yourself. It is just 3 or 4 month dedication. You can reskill and you can get into a smaller setup. Startup could be a better place, or SMB, as you mentioned, could be a better place to restart, build,
Yeah.
and earn right there. And as you also mentioned rightly, that networking is the key. Networking will help you get into initial job or get into your initial client. And this is, I'll tell you, even true for any let's say any startup or any domain or in industry you work with. Even for iBankers, right? It is like the better you network, the better you get reference, and the
Correct.
more you get reference, the early you get your job, right? So it is true for all, even people who are starting up or people who want to get into employment side. Thank you, Amit, for your time and coming to our podcast, helping our audience know where they should focus, right? Thank you once again, Amit.
Thank you for the invite, Pankaj. It was really pleasure talking to you.
Same here. Thank you.